Hello there and welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be trying some very affordable makeup out. We have an eyeshadow palette from the Lottie London brand. We also have a lipstick from the Handaiyan brand, and to finish off we have another foundation from the Shein brand. Oh, how professional was I? I'm never professional. I felt very succinct. Okay, so guys, we are going to begin today with the foundation. So as I said, this is from Shein, from the She Glam. She Glam. She was not glam before she tried this product, and now, oh, She Glam. I did try another one of the She Glam. Oh, She Glam. Oh yeah, I need to get myself a t-shirt. She Glam. Oh yes, she is. So, sorry guys, I'm going to stop. It quickly descended from a little bit of professionalism to none at all. I did upload a video. I don't know when it was, honestly, because I tend to I film as and when I can. Whenever I get time to film, I film, because I have a full-time job. I've got young kids, so I just have to grab opportunities when they pop up. So I never know when, I've not even edited the video for the Skinfinity foundation yet, so I don't know when that went up. But if you are interested to see it, I'll link to it in the description, or it should be one of my most recent videos if you just scroll down my uploads. It's the Skinfinity foundation by Shein. I really love that foundation, so I'm very interested to see what this one's like. This one's called the Complexion Pro. It's a long-lasting breathable matte foundation. The Skinfinity one was aimed towards people that have dry skin. It was very hydrating, very dewy kind of finish foundation. I absolutely loved it. Whereas this one is more of a matte, higher coverage foundation. So I have a feeling that this one's going to be targeted more to kind of oily, maybe combination skin types. Also, if you did not see my previous video, I bought these samples. I've not bought the full size bottles. I think it's super cool how Shein make these samples available so that you can actually test out the foundation first, find out if you like it, and you can also try and identify which shade will be the correct shade for you. These little samples cost 49p each, and the full size bottles cost $6.99, so it's not even a huge amount that you would be spending on the full size bottle. But I love the fact that you can try before you buy with these samples. I wish that the more, the higher end luxury brands, I really wish that they would do something like this, because I definitely think that people, I know I would, and I can only speak from my own personal opinion, but I would definitely be more I'd probably just buy a fat load of samples, honestly. I would probably just spend the same amount on samples than I would do on a full-size bottle, but at least I get to try loads of different foundations. Also, just one final thing to note, and then we are going to get this on my face, I promise. I did notice that with the Skinfinity, I did only get one wear from the sample. Unfortunately, I wanted to stretch it, but really it's just you get the one wear. I do totally get the fact that sometimes all the time with the foundation, it is beneficial if you can wear it over the course of a few days in order to really get to know that foundation and judge whether it is something that you want to invest in more. But I just think that it gives you a really good indication. Do you know what I mean? I'm opening this and I'm going to start applying it, because otherwise I'm just going to be chatting. And do I have any foundation on my face yet? No. Okay, so this is what the sample looks like, and I did get this in the shade Warm Vanilla, whereas with the Skinfinity foundation, I think I got the shade Vanilla. I think I got Vanilla. Or Fair. No, it was Fair. So Fair was the second to lightest shade, and they had 30 shades. They've also got 30 shades, which is phenomenal in this foundation. And I've gone for a little bit of a warmer and just a slightly darker shade than I went with last time, which is worrying because the shade Fair was an absolute perfect match for me. It was the most perfect match of any foundation I've ever tried. So I hope that this one works, but I don't think it will. So I am going to just throw up this. I know you're thinking, Anwen, the foundation still is not going on your face. I know, but I just want to make sure that I give you all the info that you need. I'm going to just throw up a little picture here which compares the benefits of the Skinfinity and the Complexion Pro foundation, and I think it's clear to see that the Complexion Pro's main selling points are that it has a higher coverage and the oil control kind of factor is much more pronounced than in the Skinfinite. But I just wanted to throw that out so you could see. For me personally, which I know doesn't really make much of a difference to what anyone thinks, but I do prefer a lighter coverage, a dewy, glowy, more of a natural finish, because I'm getting older now. I feel like matte finishes and very heavy coverage doesn't really flatter me so well, because it can really emphasize pores and fine lines. Also, I do currently have what I would probably like best describe as saying probably dry skin, because I am in the middle of a course for Accutane, so I do have dry skin, particularly in my T-zone. So yeah, I think that's why probably the Skinfinite would be the one that I would go for, but I'm obviously still very interested to give this one a go today. Okay, so I'm just gonna like dab it. Oh, do you know what? The shade is looking okay. Oh, I did actually use a kind of self tanner on my face, so that's probably like helped us out a bit, but I think just based on my actual, natural like skin without any tanner on it, I think that this shade will be too warm. This one is very kind of yellowy, kind of undertoned. Already I can feel that this one is a thicker formula than the Skinfinite. Okay, so I'm going to be using my beauty sponge to blend this out. Shein don't give any specific instruction on how best to apply this foundation, and I do always use a beauty sponge, so that's what we're doing today. But I'm pretty sure that if you were to use a makeup brush, you would get a higher coverage, because the sponges, they just love to eat up the foundation. Okay, so this is actually blending out really, really beautifully. I would say that we've got actually a really gorgeous natural finish. It does seem to be spreading well. The sponge doesn't appear to be eating too much of it, which is always great. Do you know what? That looks really, really beautiful. And can you see my nose is a bit red? Look at how easily it kind of covered up that redness, and it just kind of neutralized everything. Oh, I'm really liking this so far. And you know what? It's giving me like NARS. What's their foundation called? It's like the soft matte or something. I don't know. I'll put the name here, but it's looking so incredibly similar to that foundation. And that foundation is like 3 or 4 times the price of this. Okay, so we have completed one side of the face, and I absolutely love the look of this. I have to say I was a little bit concerned that because it's a matte finish and because it, claims to be like it doesn't claim to be full coverage, but it claims to have a high level of coverage. I was full of trepidation, because I was thinking, oh no, like coverage is not my best friend when it comes to foundations. But I have to say, this has just made my skin look so healthy. It's just evened everything out. It's taken away any redness or like discoloration. It's not made my pores look ridiculous. So I am really, really liking the look of that. Also, just in terms of the shade, you can definitely see that it does kind of match my face at the moment, but it doesn't match my neck. So going forward, I will definitely be buying any Shein foundations in the shade Fair. I feel like I've maybe applied a little bit more over on this side. Look at that, guys. I mean, that just looks perfect. I don't think you have to be spending a lot of money on foundations. Like, I don't think you have to be spending a lot of money on any makeup these days. I really don't. I think you're just paying for the name, honestly. Oh my God, guys, this looks so good. You will notice that I'm not really like stamping the foundation in just around my nose piercing there, because it's been a bit infected the last few weeks, so I'm trying to just like avoid it as much as I can. Okay, so guys, this is looking absolutely fabulous. It definitely is giving me, I would say, like, I'd say full coverage. Like, this is a full coverage for me. I mean, it's just like it completely evened out my skin tone. It's not emphasizing my pores too much. It's just kind of sat on my skin really beautifully. I also do appreciate the fact that it's not making my skin look dry. I appreciate the fact that it's not 100% like dried down yet, but you can see that I do have this kind of, subtle kind of lit from within kind of natural glow going on. So I really do enjoy that, and I think it's definitely, it's just making my skin look a bit more natural than it would do if it was just like a flat matte finish. Also, like, this is feeling really kind of light and almost kind of weightless on my skin. I absolutely can't stand it when you get a foundation that it just kind of sits heavy on your face, and you know, it just feels so uncomfortable and you just want to get it off. So far, I know I've had this on my face for a matter of minutes at this point, but it just feels so comfortable. Like, I feel like I can move everything, and oh my gosh, I just feel like my face has been airbrushed and I'm living for it. Okay, so I'm just going to go ahead, I'm going to set my face, I'm going to apply my other face products, and then we are going to move on to the eyeshadow palette. I will be coming back later, like a lot later on in the day, after I've worn the foundation and, you know, given it a really good day of testing out and wearing, and I'll come back to give you like my final thoughts on it. Okay, so I've just applied my contour, and I have to say the contour powder went on absolutely beautifully over the top of this foundation. I also just kind of lightly set it with my setting powder. I didn't want to go in too kind of hard with it because I didn't want to create any kind of dryness or anything, so I just minimally set my face. And I just wanted to check back in with you because I'm going to be trying out my favorite blush of the moment. This is also by Shein from the She Glam brand, so I'm just going to be popping that up there. Honestly, I really recommend that you give these liquid blushes a go from Shein. They're just so gorgeous. They sit so kind of naturally on the skin. This one is my favourite shade. It's just the most beautiful pop of pink. And it also has a little bit of like a luminosity to it. I'm just going to pop on a little bit of Rodeo Drive by Ofra. And before we go in with the eyeshadow, I'm just going to set my face. Okay, so next we're going to jump into the eyeshadow palette. So this is from the Lottie London makeup brand. They are a UK makeup brand. And I would recommend, if you do wish to check them out, you can go directly to their website, which I think is like Lottie London UK.com. I don't know, I could have made that up, but I'll put the actual website name down below. So the only other products I've tried by Lottie have been the faux freckle pen, which I did like, but it was quickly replaced by the Shine faux freckle pen because I just like the Shine one a bit better. And I've also tried, oh my gosh, Lottie's Super Fake Mascara was one of my recent reviews. It is one of my favourite mascaras, but this is the first eyeshadow palette that I've ever tried from the Lottie brand because I've just been so impressed with the other products I've tried. I was really intrigued to give the eyeshadow a go. So this is a £9 kind of mini palette, and this cost me £4. I did get it on sale. I believe the kind of, you know, full-time price is like £6. So today I'm going to be like testing it out and trying to figure out, is it worth not really the £4 I paid for it, but their, you know, full-time price. So this is in the shade Mauve, and they do have the exact same palette but in a few different, you know, colour stories. They've got like a very warm toned one, they've got a corally one, they've got a pink one. So, you know, if we do enjoy the quality of this, but maybe you're not really a movie kind of girl, then, you know, they do have other options. So this palette is comprised of 5 shimmers and 4 mattes. And today we're going to begin with, I'm actually going to go in with this shade to begin. Actually, we're going to go in with this shade, sorry. This is slightly lighter. So we're going to go in with this shade first. And I'd say that this is the true mauve shade in the palette. It's looking quite pigmented, you know, from what I can see on the brush. So I'm just going to be popping this in my crease. Oh my gosh, look at that, guys. I don't know why, but I wasn't expecting a lot. And why was I not expecting a lot? I think I'm always like cynical. I approach everything, I'm not a pessimist. I think I'm just like, I don't want to get my hopes up about things. But I've tried enough affordable makeup at this point to know that you don't have to spend a lot of money to get a really good product, you know? So I think I need to start being a bit more confident about things. By the way, what is this choker actually doing? Okay, so you can definitely see that. I'm just going to be packing this on and building it up. So I'm just kind of blending using small circular motions. And then every so often I will be using the infamous windscreen wiper motions. It always makes me think of like Jaclyn Hill when I say that. The windscreen wiper motions. Oh my gosh, do you know what? What a beautiful blend we've got going on. That is so gorgina. So I am going to try to take it up a bit more towards my brow because I am getting older now. I feel like I say this in every single video where I'm trying out a new eyeshadow, but I am getting older now. So if I just pop a shadow in my crease, you're just not going to see it when I'm like face forward like this. So that's why I like to kind of take it up towards my brow, because I'm a huge fan of like grungy looks. I always like to take that first kind of transition shade, I like to take it like right into the inner corner. So next I am going to go in with the kind of deeper mauve shade, which is this one. I say deeper mauve, it kind of looks like a cool tone brown in the camera, but I can assure you it is just like a very deep mauve shade. So I'm going to be popping this in the crease, but unlike that first shade that we applied, I am going to be keeping this kind of in the crease. Oh my gosh, that is so gorgeous. Oh, if you're a fan of like cool toned eyeshadows, this is so nice. Like, and I know this probably sounds a bit annoying, but I don't think I have any shade quite like this in my collection. It's blending out so beautifully. I'm just kind of flicking her out a little bit. I feel like if you were getting dressed up as like, you know, like the vampire bride or something, this would be a really, really good shade to have, because it gives you that like Living Dead girl kind of look. Okay, so next I'm going to go in with this cream matte, and I'm going to be popping that just under my brow. I feel like this matte has the slightest hint of like a pink to it. I'm just going to be using it to kind of highlight under the brow, but also to just ensure that the blend of the eyeshadows beneath it is kind of seamless. Okay, so we're just going to briefly move to the under eye, and you guessed it, I'm going to be going in with the beautiful deep mauve under my eye. Vampire princess vibes all the way here, guys. Oh, what's that in my eye? Oh no, it's a bit of eye junk. Oh my gosh. Excuse me. By the way, the foundation is feeling really, really good at this point. I can barely feel it on my face. It just feels so comfortable. Oh my gosh, do you know what, guys? This palette is so good. Okay, so I'm just going to pack on a little bit of that off pinky kind of creamy shade that we used to highlight under the brow. I'm just popping that under the eye as well, because I just want to blur the edges of the deep mauve just a little bit. Okay, so next we are going to go into this shade here, which is like a charcoal grey. I'm just going to be popping that on the outer V, and I'm just going to like, I'm blending it in a little bit. You know what? Those shadows that I've just used, like, I'm sure they're not like flat mattes, because I don't know if you're going to be able to see, but if I go like this, can you see? They look like satins. Like, they're definitely not like just a matte. They look to have a little bit of like a glow, like very minimal glow, but still, they look to have a little bit of a glow to them. So I'm just really trying to keep this kind of grey shade in the outer V. I don't want to like bring it in too much. But do you know what? I'm tempted to do like a spotlight eye. Like, why don't I do like a spotlight eye? It's been forever. Been about a week, but I love me a good spotlight eye. I think I'm going to do a spotlight eye. I'm going to get this grey, and I'm going to pop it on the inner corner as well. And I'm just going to take it into the eye socket and around. Okay, so wow, we have a lot of drama going on today. Okay, because we're going to be doing a spotlight eye, I am going to, I'm not going to be messing about with concealer though. Oh no. This is kind of like a lazy girl spotlight eye. So I'm just going to get my brush. I'm going to go into the creamy matte. I'm just going to pop that in the middle just to create that kind of lighter kind of moment that we have going on. Oh, I like it. Okay, so guys, which shimmer shall we use? Well, actually, do you know what? I actually wanted to use this beautiful one. Oh, this one looks nice. I'm going to like swatch all. I hope I've showed you swatches. I don't think I have, but ooh, that one feels a bit dry. I'm like, ooh la la. This one, this little beauty down here, this is so gorgeous. It's like a metallic plum. Oh, I cannot use anything but this in the centre of my lid. Oh my gosh, guys, that is the most beautiful, beautiful shade. And I cannot emphasize that enough. I don't want to be like super OTT and dramatic because it's just not in my nature to do that. But this is so beautiful. Look at that. The level of glow, the metallicness. Oh my gosh, that is quite honestly the most stunning shade I've actually tried from any eyeshadow palette in about 12 months. Literally about 12 months. That is just absolutely, look at it. Look at it. So beautiful. Okay, so we're just going to finish off by doing our inner corner. So I'm going to go in with this sassy little shimmer and I'm just going to put that on my inner corner. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead, replicate what we have over here, and I'll be back in a sec. Okay, so I have now finished the eye look. I absolutely love it. I know that this kind of eye look probably is not going to be like for everyone because it is quite heavy, like deep. What is it, Anwen? Like, really, what is it? It's just a little bit more, like, intense, let's say. But for me, as a lover of all things grunge, I just, this is like, wow. And honestly, like, I was not exaggerating when I said that the shimmer, like, it, which is actually a bit more like, it's a foil. The foil, that is the most astonishingly stunning, beautiful, mesmerizing shade that I've tried in such a long time. I absolutely love it. Based on this first impression today, I would most certainly say that this palette is worth £6. I would definitely recommend you go stop by the Lottie website if you're in the market for a new eyeshadow palette. I love it. And if you're a fan of like cool tones and, you know, mauves, those kinds of grungy shades, then yeah, this would be a great one for us. It's interesting really because I used to be like so much about the cool tones and I would always like find it tricky to find like a cool tone palette that I really, really loved because all of the cool tone palettes that I would see were just a little bit like unexciting and a bit boring. But now I've kind of transitioned a bit into like, I really like warmer looks as well. So I like a bit of both now. But like this palette is honestly what I have always dreamed about when it comes to a cool tone palette. So it's a little bit late, but hey, it's here now. And that's the main thing. So I'm really, really pleased that I've got that. When I was buying it, I was thinking, oh my gosh, Anwen, you do not need any more eyeshadow palettes. But now that I've tried it and I can see how good a quality the shadows are and just how beautiful the shades are and how it all works so mesmerizingly together, I'm now thinking, oh man, that was a great purchase. You go, girlfriend. So okay guys, we're going to finish off the video today trying out the Handaiyan lipstick. So this is in the shade 03. Typical Handaiyan, they never want to name their lipsticks. It's really sad. She is kind of like a pinky mauve and that is specifically the reason why I wanted to try her today in conjunction with the Mauve eyeshadow palette. I just thought that they would potentially complement each other really, really well. So I'm hoping that that's going to be the case. So at first glance, this actually looks to be like a powder matte kind of finish. I can't remember what finish it is. So we're going to just try it and see. Oh no, it's not a matte. It's a satin. It has a smell of like apple juice to it. Oh, I don't like the smell. It's a bit too much. This smell is like those people that stop you on the street. You know, when you're busy shopping, you've got like bags in both hands. You've got your kids with you. You know, you're just losing the will to live and they stop you and want to sign you up to their charity. It's like, do you know what? I'm all for charity and I do give regularly to charities as part of what paying my bills and everything. I'm not saying my bills are a charity, but in a way they are. But I always add like £1 extra to give to a charity. So I'm very much of a charity kind of person. What I don't appreciate is being stopped on the street and being asked if I will donate to charity, knowing full well that that person who's asking, they're going to get paid commission on whatever I give. So I'd rather just give to a charity where, and I know that there's no charity where all of like the money goes to the charity. Like, I get it, there's got to be people that run the charity and overheads and all of that kind of thing, so I get it, but I don't want to just be stopped in the street. Thank you very much. I used to be really polite, but now I'm just rude. Honestly, I am just like, no, not today, thanks. No, feck off. Anyway, right, guys, this is gorgeous. This is so good. Oh my gosh, guys, I feel like this has been such a successful video. I love the eyeshadow palette, love the lipstick, I love the foundation, even though I don't normally like full coverage matte foundations. It's just feeling so comfortable on my skin. So I feel like this, it's just, we're winning all over the place at the moment. By the way, I forgot to tell you about the lipstick. I got a bit carried away. But you can buy this from AliExpress or from Amazon now, I've realised. And it costs £2.50, which is a huge bargain. It feels so comfortable. I love the finish. So glad it's not a matte. And the shade of it is just perfect. So I really do enjoy that. And I can't smell it anymore, which is amazing. Okay, so guys, this is the final look. I am, however, going to be checking back in with you just before I get my makeup off to give you my final thoughts on the foundation and to let you know how she wore. Okay, so I've just stepped into my bedroom. I wanted to show you what the foundation looks like in natural light. I do film using a ring light. I have it really switched down because when I have it on super bright, my camera does not like it, so it always corrupts my footage. But I just wanted to show you how this is looking. I think it looks so good. It definitely looks a lot warmer in natural light, which I think you could probably see as well. But I mean, I just think it looks really flattering. You can see the pores on my nose, but I feel like it would take a lot to not see the pores on my nose, honestly. People were saying to me that Accutane was meant to like get rid of pores. Like, when is that going to happen? I've been on Accutane for about 4 months now. When are the pores going? I don't know. But also, I just want to show you the eye look as well. I'm in love with the whole look. The lips, the eyes, the foundation. Okay, so I will check in with you later just before I wash the foundation off. Hello there. So it's the end of the day. I am just about to jump in the shower. Actually, I always find it's a lot easier just to jump in the shower and you can just wash your face that way. It's because I'm a lazy kind of girl. But I just wanted to update you on how I felt that this foundation wore throughout the day. I think it wore really well, actually. As I said, I'm not an oily kind of girl. I am a drier kind of lady. Can you see, dude? He's messing about with my cardigan there. Dude! What you doing? He's having the time of his life. But, yeah, so as I said, I am a dry skin kind of lady at the moment. I do firmly believe that your skin will fluctuate throughout the different seasons and weather, throughout different ages and home, like throughout the month. I honestly do feel like, obviously you can be predisposed to having oily skin or dry skin, but yeah, it does vary a lot. So I can only speak to this coming from a dry skin kind of girl perspective, but it's definitely held up absolutely fantastically. I'm just such a huge fan of the finish. This would not be the kind of foundation that I would wear on the daily because as I said, like, I much prefer like a lighter coverage, more of a glowy kind of coverage. I don't really like my pores or fine lines, but other than that, I don't really have anything that I want to hide. So for me personally, I'm not going to be buying the full size because the Skinfinity, anyway, that Skinfinite is definitely the one that I would be wanting to purchase the full size of. And I would definitely say, if there's one thing to take from this video, I would say if you've got dry skin, go for the Skinfinite. And if you've got oily skin, go for the Pro Complexion, this one, because I think that they've been perfectly kind of formulated to work the best for those specific skin types. So I would definitely like just think about like, what do you actually want from a foundation? and what kind of skin type you have. So yeah, I have absolutely zero complaints other than like my skin does feel a little bit dry now, and I have to say that I've had this on for around 8 hours at this point, and I am kind of ready to wash it off, just simply because I'm just not used to like a fuller coverage kind of foundation these days. I think is a dupe for the NARS. I think it's Soft Matte. I still cannot remember the name of it. But it's a dupe for that. I have that. It's wasting my money on that. Anyway, guys, I am going to go. But I really hope you've enjoyed the video. I couldn't recommend the lipstick, the foundation, and the beautiful eyeshadow palette. I cannot recommend them enough. So all in all, this has been a super, super successful makeup try-on video. I will leave links to the products down below. But other than that, I'm going to go. I hope you have a lovely, lovely rest of the day. And I will see you in the next one.